Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing all of the eyeshadow palettes that I used throughout the month of August. I did not rank these. I'm done trying to rank my monthly palettes because I just can't do it. Lately, especially like the last few months, I have used such gorgeous eyeshadow palettes and it's just too hard for me to rank them. I do my monthly random ranking episodes and that works fine for me to rank, but my monthly palettes, I just don't think I'm ever going to do it again. Just can't rank them. Okay, so what I did was I just made a stack out of all the palettes I used in August. This is in no particular order. And what I'm going to do is just show you the palette, of course, tell you what I think of the palette, show you pictures of the looks that I created with said palette, and then move on to the next one. I think I filmed all of the looks, I think, except for what, two, I want to say. I could be wrong, maybe just one, but I'm pretty sure there were two looks I did not film. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll scoot over a little bit so I can pop up pictures of my looks, and then I'm going to go through all the palettes with you that I used throughout the month of August. It's going to be so fun. All right, starting off with the Ladybug Glow Pond Lily palette. This is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. Love Ladybug Glow. You guys know that. It's my favorite indie brand. And I did create two looks with this palette. Now, it was a little tricky because one of the looks I created actually at the end of July, but then the other one I didn't do until the beginning of August. The video of the two looks didn't go up until August, so I felt like this made more sense to pull this palette into August, not July. I almost pulled them into both months. Anyway, who cares? I love this color story. I think it's so fun. There's so many beautiful, fun options in here. And I loved both of the looks that I put together. They were very different from each other. I did like a purple and green the first time around. And then the second look, I did a cut crease with like the purple shade here, this brown matte, this shade, and that shade, I'm pretty sure. And had a blast. This is such a wonderfully formulated palette. Everything works in here so well, and I will continue to do my two looks videos with Ladybug Glow palettes. Just gonna take me a little while because I got other stuff to do and use and all that fun stuff. Then I also took part in Charlie Peanut Butter Beauty's singles cruise challenge for the month of August. The destination was Trinidad and Tobago, and what Charlie does is she grabs pictures of whatever area the destination is, and then if you want to take part in the singles cruise challenge, you create a look based on the colors within the image that you chose, and then you pull singles into that look. So I started off by putting mattes on my lid from the ColourPop High Tide palette, and I don't really even remember what mattes I used, but that's where I started, was with a couple of these shades. And then I did a full cut crease, and I grabbed singles out of my Mel's Memory bundle from Sydney Grace that my dear sister friend Michelle sent to me. Now I know for sure that the matte that I used was this one right here, right there. And I think that's called Beyond, I'm pretty sure. I take it out and look, and I have to get my glasses on. It's a whole big to-do, but I'm pretty sure that's the matte that I used. And then for the shimmers, and that was across my mobile lid, of course. For the shimmers, I think I want to say I used these two, and then I popped this in my inner corners. And the picture was really cool. It was like these two colors and then the brown, and then every so often there were like these kind of like tealy green roofs. And so that's why I chose that picture. And I felt like these shades just, you know, would work well together to like represent those colors and, you know, singles from the Mel's Memory bundle. So I think it worked really well. Then I created two looks with the Nomad New Zealand Stargazing palette. This palette knocked my socks off. This might be my favorite palette from Nomad now. It was the Royal Europe, and I really still love that. But oh man, I'm telling you, I had so much fun putting those looks together. And what I wanted to do was do like a soft, pretty look, and then a deeper, just more intricate look. And I definitely was able to do that with this palette. The only thing that I could kick myself for is that in the second look, I used this black matte in the outer V. And on one eye, I put like 2 layers of the black matte, and the other side I did not. So the other side was much lighter. Like they did not look the same at all. I was like, whoa. And I didn't notice it all day. I had the look on my lids all day and didn't notice it until I was editing the video. I was like, what did I do? But love this. And I really do want to continue to use this on my channel because I didn't use all the shimmers. I didn't use all the mattes either. But the shimmers in here, oh, they're so multi-chrome, duochrome, fun, just gorgeous. So this will definitely be coming again on my channel for sure. Absolutely. Then I also use the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette for a Throwback Thursday. I've been doing kind of like a tutorial series where I don't know, just showing you how I put my eye looks together. I did a neutral look, and then this one was neutral with pops of color. I felt like browns and with the pop of green would be really fun to do a tutorial with. And this palette is stunning. It really is. I'm so happy that I have this in my collection. It's got the greens, the browns, of course. Well, I mean, you can see the color story, but it's just got the grungy, greeny stuff that I just love. This mixture of tones is just fantastic, and it's such a great quality palette. Makes me miss the BH of old. Then I also created a look with the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. I really do love this palette, okay? I do. It's just that the shimmers that I've used so far, so this is kind of a dumb thing for me to be saying, but I'm going to continue to say it. The shimmers I've used well, it's not really dumb. It's true. The shimmers I've used so far just aren't as wowing to me as I thought they might be. This shade right here, though, I haven't used yet. And look how bright green that is. So I need to use that. What else have I not used? I haven't used this one yet either. So yeah, but I really have enjoyed the looks that I've put together with this palette. I've used it twice. I think actually I just used it once in the month of August and once in September. If I'm wrong, I'll pop both looks up that I created with this palette so far, but I'm pretty sure one was in September, so I'll get to that one next month. I love the mattes. I think the mattes perform really well. They're very blendable and pigmented and lovely. And I do think the shimmers are lovely too. They're just not, I don't know. I just had a really high expectations for the shimmers in this palette based on looks I'd seen already. I don't know. I'm going to keep using it, see what I think. Then I also pulled in the Dido Cosmetics Venus palette for a Throwback Thursday tutorial. This was the all neutral look that I did a tutorial based on or whatever. And you know, it's a decent palette. It's not like mind-blowingly amazing. I have other neutral palettes in my collection that I would grab before I'd grab this one, but it's not horrible. I think what I wish I had done differently for that is use one of the sparklier shimmers. I was trying to make it a real simple, easy look, you know. This is the shimmer that I used, and it's kind of like a putty almost. So I wasn't super thrilled with the formula of it. I wish I'd use this shade instead, because I've used this shade before and it's gorgeous. So I don't know if this is going to stick around in my collection or not. I'm really considering doing a pretty, not ruthless declutter, because I don't love those. I mean, I just want to get rid of some things I know that I'm probably not going to keep reaching for. I don't know, my tastes have just changed, I guess. Then I did a collab with Emily D using the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette, and that was so fun. And honestly, I was a little nervous when she asked me if I wanted to do a collab using this palette. I was like, I love to do collabs with Emily, so that wasn't the issue. It was just the palette was the issue, because this is not my favorite palette from BH Cosmetics, and it's pastels, and I struggle with pastels, but honestly, I loved the look that I put together. Really did. I used like the blues and purples out of here, and I'd never done that before, which is kind of strange because I love blues and purples, but really enjoyed how it turned out. And really found like a new appreciation and a new love for this palette, which was really cool, you know, and thoroughly enjoyed collabing with Emily. She is awesome. I'm running out of places to put my palettes now. I also used the Sugar High palette from Managerie Cosmetics for a collab with Jan and Shawnee. We did our 1-year friendiversary collab using this palette. And this is a palette that Jan and I picked up because Shawnee has created such beautiful looks with it. And so this is kind of like our Shawnee, not kind of, it is our Shawnee palette. And basically I just came up with some questions for all of us to answer about our friendship. And it was wonderful, very special, very moving, very touching. I watched both of their videos, I think 4 or 5 times a piece, just because it was so wonderful to hear them talk about us as a unit, as a friendship unit. It's wonderful. I love those women so much. And basically what I wanted to do with the look is I wanted to represent Shawnee and Jan. So I put pinks on my upper lids, which represent Shawnee to me. And then I used the bluey purples on my lower lash lines to represent Jan. And this is such a beautiful palette, and I cannot wait to use this again. It's, you know, pretty rainbow-esque, but the shimmers in here are just jaw-droppingly gorgeous. And that's why I think there's a part of me that wants to do a declutter, because I'm getting palettes like this in my collection, which is making other palettes in my collection just not as fun to use anymore. Then I did a Throwback Thursday, I'm pretty sure, right? It was a Throwback Thursday with the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer palette. I did a cut crease using shades from this side of the palette, which is my favorite side. I did like browns in my transition area, and then I did red, orange, yellow, matte. All matte look, that's right, it was all matte look. I did put this shimmer in my inner corners though, for Throwback Thursday. Yeah, I think I said that already, right? A few times probably. Love using this. God, it's gorgeous. And it was really fun to do an all matte look. And I love shimmer so much that it's not easy for me to do an all matte look, but it really made me understand that like, I like to do that, love to do that. And Steph just did an all matte look in our most recent collab video. It was gorgeous. So I just got to remember that it's okay to do an all matte look, really is. Then I used the Color Seaside palette, which is duping the Urban Decay palette, right? I think. I wasn't super thrilled with how the look turned out. It was okay. It was pretty. I did a cut crease again, but this just needs to be decluttered, I feel like now. It's a wonderful color story. I really like this color story, the browns and the tealy blues, you know? I think that's a really cool combo. But, you know, it's older. Just didn't work that great, I didn't think. The satins in here, they're more satiny. Were kind of dusty, kind of chalky. So I'm learning my lesson with having older palettes in my collection now that I didn't get enough use out of, but that's my own problem. That's my own problem. Then I used the Blend Money Cosmetics Longing palette. I did a video about Coolio for my makeup and artists, and I wanted to pull in a beautiful cool tone palette. Coolio, cool toned, see, get it? And I had a blast putting the look together with this palette and talking about Coolio. So fun. And this palette, even though, you know, I probably could have duped it, at least the matte shades. Yeah, I could have with shades I have in my collection. I don't care. This is so stunning. The mattes blend like a dream. They blend themselves. The shimmers are incredible. I don't think I could have duped the shimmers. No way. I love this. I cannot wait to use this again on my channel. I think I might do like a 2, 3, 4 looks with it. It's just hard for me to film those because it takes me like all week to do that. But I have all these grand plans to do that. I also used the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Divergence palette for a collab with Grace, Gel Beauty 87. I had used the Cosmology palette in a video, and she reached out and she said, I have the Divergence palette. Do you want to do a collab? And I'm like, yes. And I love to collab with Grace. It had been way too long since we collabed. I loved both of the looks that we put together. They were very different from each other, but it just showed how diverse and unique and fun this palette is. This color story is so cool. So amazing. It's got so many different options in here, mattes, shimmers, there's duochrome, multichrome. It's so fun. This brand is incredible. I'm currently filming a 2 looks video with the Once Upon a Time palette, and I did a look last night, and oh, I loved how it turned out. I'm just such a huge fan of this brand. I do have one of their lippies on today. It's not looking the greatest right now because I've had it on for a while. I've been talking a lot, but it's gorgeous. Okay, so then I also used the Chance palette from Mad Witch Cosmetics. I used it a couple times actually. The first time I used it, what did I do? I didn't film the look, right? I don't know that I filmed either one of the looks with this palette in August. I think I just, you know, put my makeup on and then maybe filmed another, I can't remember. The first time around I used, I think these 2 shades and then this shade. Did I film that? I don't remember. And it was gorgeous. And then what I did is I grabbed one of my, not Divina, Cleona shadows. Hold on if I can do this without making a huge mess and shaking the crap out of my phone. I use, is this the shade that I used? No, hold on. This one, I used Chalice. This is so gorgeous. It's got that orangey gold, just amazing flip to it from Cleona. And then I used, I think just these two shades. Yeah, I used these 2 and then Chalice. And then for the other look, I used, I think these 2 shades and that right there. And this is gorgeous. I love this palette. I love the fact that it's neutral with these beautiful pops of color, just really easy to put looks together with it, you know. You don't have to sit here for a half an hour trying to figure out like what combo and how did you know, it's just right here for you. And I love it. And I, you know, love that it's my sister's brand. How fun. And then let's see here. I also did a collab with Charlie. We did another one of our 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s collabs, which we're going to have a part 3 to that. That's coming up soon. I think we might push that into October, but I don't know yet for sure. Still kind of trying to determine what we're going to be doing or when we're going to be doing that. So what I did was I grabbed the shade here, right? I'm getting this stuff on my fingers. Hold on, let me wipe this off. Gosh, I'm making a mess. I use this shade right here called Oxidize on my lids from Cleona. This is so beautiful. It's really glary, sorry, but it's like purple and pink and teal. I have stuff all over my hands because I'm digging around in this Z palette here. So I use that across my lids for my collab with Charlie. Already said that. And then I used mattes out of the Be Perfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. I used like pinks and purples out of here. And this pink shade here, I'm pretty sure it was Pink Lily, yes, was so bright on my eyelids. Just wow, you know? It was gorgeous. Had so much fun using both of these together. God, that was great. And can't wait for Charlie and I to do a part 3 of our collab talking about the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I love it. I could talk about the 70s and 80s and 90s for the rest of my life. And then the final palette I want to show here, this is the Mad Witch Cosmetics, the Star palette. I did a 2 looks video with this. No, wait a minute. Let me back up. I think, did I just do, oh God, I can't remember. I've created 3 looks with this palette. I just can't remember if I did all of them in August or maybe some in August, some in September. Whatever I did in August, I'll pop the pictures up of that because now I can't remember. I need to write down on the paper that I list the palettes what I did with each palette because I don't remember. God, that's crazy. Isn't this gorgeous? It is such a stunning palette. It's got all the tones in here that I just love. Greens, purples, blues, even a black matte. And I will definitely be pulling this back onto my channel, doing another couple, 2, 3 looks video with it again. And obviously continuing to use it beyond that too. But, oh, love this. It's so gorgeous. And I'm just so excited for Steph, so happy for Steph. You know, it's so fun to have products in my collection from my sister's brand. And she's so kind that she sends those things to me in PR because I don't expect her to do that. She doesn't have to do that. It means the world to me. But yes, this, let me show it to you one more time. The Star palette was an absolute blast to play with. And I just can't remember exactly what looks I did in August. But I'll pop the pictures up. So that's it. Those are all of the palettes that I used and some singles that I used throughout the month of August. Let me know what you think of the palettes that I use. Let me know if you have any of these palettes and what you think of them. Let me know what you think of my looks. And then, yeah, I'll just start rounding up the palettes that I used for September to talk to you about in October. But I'll try to do a better job of writing down what the hell I did with each palette. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and of course, I'll see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.